Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to do the Gold Hoarder Vaults in Sea of Thieves. Let's not waste any more time, let's get into it. The first thing that you should always do is raise the Gold Hoarder MSR flag. This will give you more gold and reputation in the long run. Now once you have done this, you want to go buy an ancient gold vault voyage from Herbert the Hoarder. Now once you have done that, you want to place it on your quest table and vote for it to start the voyage. You will receive a compass in your quest inventory. This is what will help guide you to each and every island. Once you have pulled the compass out, it will start to spin around in a general direction. You will have to head in this direction until you reach the island. Once you reach the island, you want to walk around a bit until it starts to spin in circles. This is where you would want to start to dig, as shown in my gameplay. Once you have dug up the bottle, you receive a map parchment, which contains a map piece. Also, gold hoarder skeletons will spawn around you, and upon defeating, will drop artifacts. What you want to do is pick them up and bring them back to your ship. You want to make sure you pick up all the artifacts, as this can give you extra gold and reputation in the long run, and also increase your emissary flag value. You want to be careful around these skeletons, as they can deal a lot of damage to you. It is much more quicker and easier just to leave the artifacts on land and put them where a place where you can just harpoon them straight back to your boat. Once you have completed the first island, you want to pull out your compass and see if you have another dig on the same island, as this is possible, but more likely on the bigger islands. If not, pull out your compass and go in the general direction that your compass shows. As you could see that I didn't get the X on the first island, so I'm traveling to the next island. Sometimes you'll get lucky and get the X on your first island. If not, you have to do this process again. As you can see here, once I picked up the map, no skeletons spawned. Sometimes this happens. It's all good if this doesn't happen. As you can see, I never got the X on this island too, so you just have to keep going until you get the X. I finally arrived at the third island and started digging. This was the island that I finally got the X. As you can see, me and my friend were very happy that we got the X. Once you have got the X, you want to head back to your ship and try to figure out which island that you have to go to. In this case, it was Thieves Haven. If you want to get the most gold and reputation, you can keep following the compass until you get all the map pieces. But in this case, I just went straight for the key for the sake of the video. Once you have reached the island that you need to be at, you want to figure out where you need to dig. Once you dig, you receive a collector's chest. In the collector's chest is a key pointing to an island. This is the key to your vault. As you can see, we had a little bit of trouble with skeletons and kegs. They don't mix well with us.
Years later.
Once you finally stop dying and get back to your ship with the collector's chest, you want to find the key and read the name. In this case, it was Kraken's Fall. You want to go on your map and find the island that you need to go to. This is the island that will have your vault. Do not lose this key, as it's the only way to get into the vault. There's always times for a little bit of tunes on the sea when sailing to other islands. As you can see in this table, this is the different levels for each key for the vaults. 25 to 35, which is the stone key, 35 to 45 silver key, 45 plus gold key. The higher level the key, the better the quality of the vault is. In this case, I was 45 plus, which means I had the gold key. As you can see here, I finally arrived at Kraken's Fall. You want to park your ship and bring the key to the totem. This is where you start the vault. You want to place it on the totem and the door should start opening. This is doable as a solo player, but much easier in a duo. When the door opens, you want to head inside and try to find all the silver glinting lights. These are called medallions. This is what's used to get the chest of ancient tributes. This is the most important item in the vault as it's worth the most reputation and gold. In this case, I used 2 medallions to complete the puzzle. You can do it with 1, but it's a lot harder. So in this case, I had a lot of trouble finding medallions. You just really want to look around and try to find them. Luckily, my friend found the second medallion, which made it a lot easier to complete the puzzle. As you can see, there's 2 images that have popped up, a crown and a chain. You want to head to the left pillars and put the crown in the first one and the chain in the second one. So once you have done the first 2 pillars, you want to head to the far right pillar and put the same combination in. And find the last image that's remaining. This is the 3rd pillar's answer. Once you have done that, you want to click the enter solution button, and if you have done the puzzle right, you will receive the ancient tribute chest. This is doable as a solo player, but if you do have a duo, get one of you to do the puzzle and one of you to start offloading all the chests. This will make the whole thing a lot easier. So once the door unlocks, you want to grab the ancient tribute chest and put it outside the vault. Once you've done that, you want to come back inside and try to grab as much as the loot as you can before the door shuts. As soon as the door shuts, water will start flooding in the vault. Before that, you want to try to grab as many captain chests as you can and trinkets. When the vault starts to flood, you want to try to collect as much gold as you can. You'll end up drowning, but it's all good because it's a lot of gold in the long run. Once you have completed the vault, you want to start transferring all the loot to the place where you can harpoon it onto a boat. Harpooning it will give you an emissary bonus. After you have transferred all the loot onto a ship, you want to head to an outpost to sell. I sold this at the Gold Hoarder, but if you have a captain ship, you can sell it at the Sovereign, which is much easier. After selling all the loot from the vault, we made a total of $35,853, so this is a pretty good money making method. This was with a golden key. As you can hear in the background, we had people trying to sink us, so you want to be careful and sell the loot as fast as you can. We managed to sell it just in time. Thank you so much for watching. If you could like and subscribe, I'll really appreciate it. Thank you.